All right, everyone. So Shifa and Saf, we were talking about the weighted average method in the last session, and we finished question number. I think yeah, okay. We already finished weighted average method in the last class, and we have started super profit method, valuation of goodwill by super profit method, wherein we understood the calculation of goodwill by super profit method. We understood the formula that we use to calculate the goodwill under this method, wherein I've told you that the goodwill is done by just multiplying the number of year purchase with the super profit. And to determine the super profit, we need to subtract the normal profit out of the average profit of the firm. And normal profit of the industry is determined by multiplying the rate of return with the capital employed. All these things we discussed in the last class. We did question number 61 based on the super profit method, as well as 62, I guess, yes. And 63 and 64 I gave you for homework. I guess both of you must have done these two questions. Anybody having any kind of problem solving this? Uh,
Oh, yeah, so the 64th one.
all right, sir, no problem. Sorry, Shifa, could you please repeat?
The 64th one.
You have problem in question number 64.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let me just read this once. It says that on 1st of April 2019, an existing firm had asset of rupees 75,000, including cash of rupees 5,000. Its creditors amounts to rupees 5,000. On that date, the firm had a reserve of rupees 10,000, while partners capital account showed a balance of rupees 60,000. If normal rate of return is 20%, the goodwill of the firm is valued at 24,000 at 4 years purchase of the super profit. Find the average profit per year of the existing firm. All right. So you have problem in this question. Okay. And what about the question number 63? You're done with
Oh,
question
I
number
got the answer 16,000.
16,000. All right, that is right. Okay, so Zainab didn't join this. Just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so let's start with this question. Solution to question number 64. All right. So in this question, we need to find out the average profit, right? Average profit of the firm we need to find out. And we are provided with the information. Just a minute. Asset is given, creditors is we have reserves, and then we have capital account balance is given 60,000. If normal rate of return is 20%, the goodwill of the firm is value. Okay, goodwill of the firm is already given at 4-year purchase of the super profit. So on the basis of super profit, the goodwill is already been calculated at 24,000, and we need to find out the average profit of the firm. Average profit of the firm. All right. So let's just first of all apply the formula. Formula for the calculation of goodwill by super profit method. So under the super profit method, the formula for valuation of goodwill is goodwill equals to just formula is the formula is very simple. First of all, you'll have to find out the super profit, and then you just need to multiply it with the number of year purchased. This is it. Done. Number of years purchased. And to determine the value of the super profit, what you will have to do, you will have to take the difference between the average profit of the firm and the normal profit of the industry. Normal profit of industry. And whatever the difference you will get, you just need to multiply it with the number of year purchase. Okay. Right, Shifa, is this clear? Okay. Now,
Yeah,
good.
but
Yeah, please tell me.
the normal profit, how do you find it?
We'll find out. Just a minute. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now we can write down average profit, and to determine the normal profit, what we need to do, we need to multiply the capital employed with the rate of return, right? Is that what we need to do? And then multiply it with the number of year purchase, right, Shifa? Right? Is
Yes,
this
sir.
clear? Okay, now let's put the value. See, we have one more formula. Capital employed, whenever capital employed is not given in the question, then capital employed can be determined. Just a minute. We can apply this formula to determine the value of the capital employed. Capital employed is equal to total asset of the firm minus the total liability. Total asset minus the total liability. Total liability equals to capital employed. This is the formula for finding out the capital value of the capital employed. All right, Shifa, is this clear? The formula is clear.
Yes,
Total
sir.
asset minus total liability is the capital employed. Now let's come back to the question. In the question, do you have the value of the capital asset given in the question? Value of the asset given in the question, yes or no? Value of the
Yeah.
asset is given, yeah. Value of the
Yeah.
asset is what? 75,000, including cash. Cash is also an asset, obviously. That is already included in the value of the asset. So total value of the asset already given as 75,000. So let me just write that down, 75,000. This will be the capital employed. Now I just need to subtract the value of the liability out of it. So for that, let's come back to the question. Let's find out the value of the liability in the question. So it says its creditor amounts to 5,000. Creditor is what? Creditor is the liability. The firm had a reserve of rupees 10,000 while partners capital account showed a balance of rupees 60,000. Now, other than the creditor, we don't have any other liability in the question. Do we have any other liability other than the creditors, Shifa?
No, sir.
No, reserve is not a liability, capital is not a liability. So that means we have only 5,000 of liability by the name of creditor. So we'll go to the
So, sir, shouldn't we add reserve to assets?
no, as reserves are not asset. Reserves are part of profit that is recorded on the liability side of the balance sheet, and since it is the part of the profit that cannot be treated as the asset, nor it can be treated as a liability. So under liability, there will be only 5,000, and on the asset side, we will have only 75,000. So the capital employed will be 70,000. Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So capital employed is 70,000. Now we can take this value and write it here. Well, let's just also write down the other values. The goodwill is also given in the question. Goodwill was given as 24,000. average profit of the firm we need to find. So average profit into capital employed. Capital employed, we just calculated capital employed as 70,000, right? And we need to multiply it with the ROR, rate of return. Rate of return is also given in the question, if you can see that or not. Rate of return is yes, 20% is given, right? Shifa,
Yeah.
is that clear? Yeah. So 70,000 into 20%. Then into number of year purchase. Number of year purchase is also given in the question as 4 years. That is it. We just need to solve it now. 24,000. Average profit is also there. Minus 20% of 70,000 will be how much? 14,000, I guess. And then we need to multiply it by 4. Right. So we can just take this, since it is in the multiply, we can just divide 24,000 by 4. Na? Applying the simple mathematical method to solve it. Average profit. So this will be 6,000 equals to average profit minus 14,000. So that gives us our answer. Average profit will be equals to 20,000. Tell me, is this clear, Shifa? Is this calculation is clear, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Saf, is this calculation clear to you as well? Or if not, please tell me if you are having any trouble understanding it. Zainab, I think you joined a little late. Just tell me if you are having any problem understanding anything. We were talking about the question number 64 that I gave as homework.
Yeah,
Shifa was having some problem solving it. And just Shifa, just tell me if everything is clear now.
Oh, yes, everything's clear.
Everything is clear. Okay. All right, so this is it for this question, and now we'll move to the next question. We are done with question number 64. So now moving on to question number 65. All right, so I want everyone to try this question as well. All right, question number 65. Please try this. I'm waiting for you to finish. I'll be waiting for your answers, and then I'll tell you the correct answer of it.
So I got 32,000.
You also solve this question.
Yeah, you gave it as homework.
I gave it as homework. You got, sorry, how much?
32,000.
32,000. That is not right. What about Zainab and Saif? You guys tried this question, yes or no?
no, sir.
No. Okay, so in that case, I think I'll have to solve it for you. Okay, no problem. So just a minute. Let me just read this question for you once. It says that the average net profit of the average net profit expected in future by the XYZ firm is 36,000. So average profit is already given in the question. Average capital employed in the business by the firm is 2 lakh. Average capital employed is also given. Right. The normal rate of return from the capital invested in the, okay, so the rate of return is also given 10%. Remuneration of the partners are estimated to be 66,000 per annum. And we need to calculate the value of the goodwill on the basis of 2 years purchase. Okay. So in this question, we need to find out the goodwill on the basis of the super profit method. And just a minute. We already have the average profit. We need to find out the super profit. Super profit is also there. See, the average profit given in the question is not calculated after considering the remuneration. Since the remuneration is given in the question, that means we need to subtract the remuneration out of the expected profit. See, expected profit is how much? Expected profit of the firm is 36,000. We will presume that this expected profit is without, this is before remuneration, before remuneration of the partner. All right, so that means we will have to find out the average profit of the firm after taking into consideration the average, the remuneration of the partner as well. Okay, so for that purpose, just a moment. Solution to 65, as usual, we'll start with the formula first of all. So goodwill equals to average profit so super profit into number of years purchased. Super profit is to be calculated by subtracting the average profit and the normal profit of the firm. Then we'll multiply it with the number of years purchased. Then average profit is given in the question, but the average profit that is given in the question does not take into consideration the remuneration. We will have to find out the average profit of the firm after subtracting the remuneration of the partners as well. So 36,000 minus 6,000. So the average profit will be 36,000 minus 6,000. Everybody is able to understand this, why I'm subtracting 6,000 out of the average profit of the firm? Why am I subtracting 6,000 from the average profit of the firm? Because this is the remuneration of the partner, and that this need to be taken into consideration for calculating the average profit. So therefore 6,000 should be subtracted out of 36,000, and then normal profit will be calculated. And for the calculation of normal profit, we need to multiply capital employed with the ROR, rate of return, and then the number of year purchase. Okay, so let's just do that. 36 minus 6 will be 30,000. Then the amount of capital employed is also given in the question, which is capital employed is 2 lakhs. So 2 lakh into rate of return into 5%. Rate of return is, sorry, not 5%. Rate of return is 10%. Okay, so we need to multiply it by 10%. And then the number of year purchase, this is also given in the question. Number of year purchase is 2 years. So we need to multiply it by 2. So 30,000 minus 20,000 into 2 years. So the answer for this question will be 20,000. Tell me everyone, is this clear or not?
Yes, sir.
All of you done? Is it clear, Saf, Zainab, Shifa? Saf, you can
Yes, sir.
also tell me in the chat section if you are able to understand this or not. Okay, you got it.
Yes, sir.
It's okay. All right then. Anybody is still writing it? Anybody want me to scroll to any specific section of the solution? Please tell me. Okay, let me just zoom out. Let me know if you are done so that we can move to the next topic. Done, everyone. Shall we move to the next
Also
topic?
done.
Done.
Yes, sir.
All right, then moving on to the one last method of the valuation of goodwill, that is called the capitalization method. Capitalization method. See, this capitalization method is, as we already discussed in the first session when we started this topic, the valuation of goodwill. I've told you that average profit, then we have weighted average profit method, then super profit method, and then we have capitalization method. But capitalization method is broadly divided into two parts. We can apply the capitalization by the average profit, and we can do the capitalization of the super profit. So we have two methods under capitalization. One is called the capitalization by average profit method and capitalization by super profit method. Whenever you will be asked question from this topic, you will be asked about the capital. Either the question will be put up from the on the basis of the capitalization of the average profit method or the capitalization of the super profit method. You can never be asked to do the to apply the to find out the valuation of the goodwill just by the capitalization method. And if by chance question tells you to find out the value of the goodwill by the capitalization method, that simply means that question want you to find out the goodwill by both the methods of the capitalization, the capitalization of the average profit as well as the capitalization of the super profit. All right, so anyways, before going forward in this topic, I just want everyone to write the formulas. Under the capitalization by average profit method, we have this formula: goodwill equals to value of the firm minus the capital employed. And value of the firm, how do we determine the value of the firm? This is something new in this formula. So value of the firm is just calculated by dividing the average profit with the rate of return. All right. On the other hand, when it comes to the capitalization of the super profit method, we apply a different formula which says super profit divided by ROR, rate of return, into 100. All right. And then super profit, obviously you already know how to find out the super profit: average profit minus normal profit. Even the normal profit, you already know how to find out normal profit, capital employed into ROR. And capital employed, as we just covered in the previous question, capital employed is determined by, if it is not given in the question, then in such a situation we'll apply this formula to find out the capital employed asset minus the liability. I hope the formulas are clear, everyone, and we'll do a question based on the capitalization method as soon as you are done writing the formula. Please finish it quickly so that we can start with the question. And tell me
Done, sir.
Done, Saf, Shifa.
So one second.
Yes, sir.
So done.
Questions based on the capitalization method is mostly very easy. You will get to know about this with the next question. Anyway, so if all of you are done, let's move to the next, the question based on the capitalization method. So we'll start with question 160, sorry, question 66. It says that from the following information, calculate the value of the goodwill of the firm by applying the capitalization method. Now, question is not telling us that by the capitalization method whether we should solve the question with whether we should find out the value of the goodwill by the capitalization of the average profit or the capitalization of the super profit. That means we need to solve this question by both the methods, capitalization by the average profit as well as with the super profit. And the total capital of the firm is given as 16 lakh and the rate of return is 10%. Profit of the firm is also given as 2 lakh. Okay. I hope the question is clear. Question is very simple. It does not give a lot of information. Only 3 items are there in the question. And based on it, we need to find out the goodwill of the firm under the by the capitalization method. So let's start with the solution. Just a moment. Don't have to write this down. Just try to understand. I'll give you some extra time to note it. But for the time being, just pay attention and try to understand how do we actually solve question based on the capitalization method. So as usual, first of all, since the capitalization method is to be applied, we will put the heading as valuation of goodwill by the capitalization method. And since question does not clear that which method should be applied under the capitalization method, so we'll solve this question by both the method. So I'll write down by capitalization of average profit method, capitalization average profit. And we need to write down the formula for that. And as I told you, the formula for the capitalization by average profit is value of the firm minus the value of the firm minus the capital employed, right? So value of firm capital employed. And capital employed is, I guess, already given in the question itself. Capital employed is, yeah, total capital of the firm is 16 lakh. That is already given in the question. Right, capital employed is already given in the question itself. So capital employed is 16 lakh. We just need to determine the value of the firm, and for that we need to multiply the average profit of the firm. Sorry, we need to divide average profit of the firm with the ROR into 100, right? And average profit of the firm is also given in the question. Average profit of the firm is, let me check. Yeah, average profit of the firm is 2 lakhs. 2 lakh. So 2 lakhs. And rate of return is also given there. Rate of return is 10%. So 10 into 100 minus 16 lakhs, right? And when you will divide 2 lakh by 10 and multiply it by 100, you will get 20 lakhs. And here we have 16 lakh on the other side. Subtracting 16 lakh out of 20 lakh, we will get 4 lakhs. This is the value of goodwill by the capitalization of the average profit. I hope this is clear to all of you. Is this clear, everybody? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Saf, is it clear to you as well? Saf is not here. Okay. Saf is not here. All right. So Zainab and Shifa, both of you, is this clear, na? All right.
Yes, sir.
So now moving on to the next method, capitalization of super profit. And the formula in this case is also very simple. In this case, we will apply the formula super profit divided by ROI. Divided by rate of return into 100. And since the super profit is not given directly in the question, we will have to determine the value of the super profit. And we already know how to find out the value of the super profit. For that, we need to just subtract the average profit of the firm. From the average profit of the firm, we need to subtract the normal profit of the firm. Right. And then we will divide it by the ROR and then multiply it with the 100 so as to get the value of the goodwill. Average profit is also given as 2 lakh in the question. And the normal for determining the normal profit of the firm of the industry, sorry, we will have to multiply the capital employed with the rate of return. Yeah, right. Now, normal profit is, how do we determine the normal profit? Capital employed with the rate of return. And the capital employed in this case is 16 lakhs. And rate of return is 10%. So that means 16 lakhs into 10% divided by ROR. ROR is also 10%. Also 10% into 100. Let's solve this. 2 lakh minus 16 lakh into 10% will be 1,60,000. And then it will be 2 lakh minus 1,60,000 divided by 10 into 100. Right. So this will be 2 lakh minus 1,60,000 will be 40,000. And 40,000 divided by 10 into 100 will be how much? This will all be obviously be equal to 4 lakhs. So by both the method, you should get the same answer. This is one of the indicator that you have solved the question correctly. If you are getting the same answer from both the method, that proves that we have applied the capitalization method accurately. I hope this is clear, both of you. Please note this down if everything is clear, or otherwise please tell me. Shifa and Zainab, everything is clear, yes or no?
Yes, sir. Everything's clear.
All right, so I'm giving you time to note this down. Tell me whenever you want me to scroll down. And guys, I have shared an assignment based on the valuation of the goodwill. You need to solve it and revert and submit it as soon as it possible. The assignment is based on the valuation of the goodwill. You must have received the assignment, na? Zainab and Shifa? By now, you must have received the assignment. Did you get the assignment, Shifa and Zainab? Tell me no.
No, sir, I didn't.
Okay.
Nor
I
did I.
think you'll have to. Sorry, Zainab.
Yes, I also didn't get it.
Okay, I think I'll have to talk to the coordinator. Anyways, they will be uploading the assignment soon. So all you need to do is go through the assignment and solve the assignment, then make sure you submit it as soon as it is possible.
Sir, can you scroll it down, please? Done, sir.
So one
And
second.
sir, please, can you show me the question?
Just a moment. This was the question.
Okay, sir.
All right. So please
So can you
solve
show the second part by profit method again?
by super profit method.
Yeah, but sorry. Yeah. Oh yes, sir, done.
Done. Okay. All right. So let's do one more question before ending this session. I want you to try this question. This one is pretty similar to the previous one. Only the values are different. Everything is almost same. Just try to solve it within the remaining time period. Done. Zainab, Shifa.
Sir, both of the answers are 6 lakh.
Answer is 6 lakh. I think it should be 1 lakh, na?
Sir, I also
Then-
got 6 lakh.
You got 6 lakh. Okay. Just a minute. Let me check. There might be some mistake in the. Number of year purchases, how much? Oh, number of purchase is not important, na? All right. So that means 24 minus. Yeah, 6 lakh. That is right. 6 lakh should be the correct answer. I'm sorry, that's my mistake. I've written the answer as 1 lakh. Anyway, so Shifa and Zainab, this is it for this is it about the capitalization method. And with this, we have completed this topic, the valuation of goodwill. We covered all 4 methods: the super profit, average profit, weighted average profit, and the capitalization method. And in the from the next class onwards, we'll be starting a new topic that will be reconstitution of the partnership. And in the reconstitution of the partnership, will in the next class we'll talk about what is reconstitution, what are the various modes of the reconstitution, and then we will discuss few other things as well, but that will be discussed in the next class. But for today's session, this is it. I hope everything that we discussed in today's class is clear to both of you, Shifa and Zainab. Anyone have any doubt? Want to ask
No,
anything?
sir, everything's clear.
Everything is
No,
clear.
sir.
So
Yes.
this is it for today's session. We'll be starting a new topic in the next class onwards. Then see you in the next class. Till then, take care. Goodbye.